welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're going to be doing another episode of Off the Rip. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. To all my returning viewers, always good to see you. Thanks for your support. So what is an Off the Rip episode? Well, it's the first in a three-part series where I do a full review of a bottle or other libations as such. So what I do is, part one, I get the bottle home, I crack it open, I have that first pour, and I share my first impressions with you because you deserve it. So part number two is going to be, we get about halfway. I'm going to give this bottle enough room. I'm going to give the whiskey enough room and time to open up and see if there's a little bit more characteristics that I'm going to get out of it, if it's going to be for the better or for the worse. Then that part three is going to be all the way down at the bottom, we call the final pour. Final pour is where we're going to determine whether or not time and space are going to change ultimately the characteristics from the halfway point from the very first pour. So the final pour and the first pour will then be weighed, and I'll give you my opinions. So let's go ahead and get on with it. So this is the Highland Park 12 Viking Honor. It is a single malt Scotch whiskey at 43%. It is age stated at 12 years. On the back, it's spicy and well-rounded, a mild harmony of honey and oranges, winter-spiced fruitcake, floral peats. Ooh, this might be quite interesting. I have had my eye. It's distilled, bottled in Highland Park Distillery, Highland, Scotland. I have had my eye on this bottle for quite some time. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the, there it is. It's hidden on the backside. I've had my eye on this bottle. Ooh, it's got a nice kind of cork. It's got a nice looking cork. This cork pop. Ooh, very nice. It's got a nice chunky little cork. Go ahead and get a pour on, and we'll let that sit for just a moment and try and open up. It did come in a box. Occasionally, I do see these bottles not in a box. You have, explore the flavor. So you have the 12 year, the 15 year, and the 18 year. The back side has a whole lot of stuff on there. I'm going to let that sit for just a moment. I'll scroll down for you. Yeah, we'll put that away and save that for the full review. We will see that box again. So Mr. Randy did pay just under $42 out the door. Actually, this was delivered. There was a flash sale. I did have my membership discount plus an additional other discount. This bottle of Highland Park 12 does retail for over $60. About anywhere you're looking, you're going to find this bottle for more than $60. So when this flash sale popped up, I went ahead and I hit that button. I said, send me one. And like I said, I got it delivered to me for under $42. That's crazy, huh? Like I said, it was an offer I could not refuse. I'm not going to try and imitate him at the moment. I'm not as lively as I usually am. You may have picked up on that. We're having sort of an off day. Not quite energized, and I do apologize. Let's get Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale. And off camera, I'm going to try and nail this down. I think it's going to be that Cortado Sherry. I think that's what we're going to put that. The Palo Cortada Sherry. Sure, there's no... I just now noticed that. Where'd it go? There it is. Right? What? No, there. Ah, there we go. See that? Is that missing an E? I'll have to look that up and see. Okay, that's a little weird. But back to the show. We do have some viscosity here. Time will tell whether or not it's moderate or so. So on the nose, it's got some characteristics similar to Glenmorangie. That orange, it did say it had some oranges. Winter spice, fruitcake, and floral peat smoke. It's definitely got some characteristics that may be contributing for that peat smoke. My lips are, I'm starting to salivate. So there's definitely some peat in there. It's got to be. I can smell a little bit of that smoke. It's kind of really well-rounded. The characteristics are blending together so well. The only thing I'm really able to pick out of there with ease is going to be that orange. Spicy and well-rounded. I'm going to have to agree with that for the moment. Packed with flavors of sun-kissed oranges, fruitcake spice with cinnamon, nutmeg, yeah, cloves, heather and honey. Waves of heathery peat smoke. Well, 12 years is definitely a sweet spot for Scotch, so let's get it on the palate. Ooh, okay. Sorry about that. Just a point of note there, this is my first of the day. Like I said, I'm kind of lagging today, but scheduling and timing permitting, this video must be made. So this is my first pour of the day. It's got a nice, the palate, I'm sorry, the nose is still kind of mellow. We'll see if that opens up on the halfway mark. The palate, let's go ahead and see if we can't work it a little bit better. Definitely, they were definitely right to put spicy first. It's got some spice, not overwhelming, but it's definitely enough to wake you up, I guess. Well-rounded. I'd say the well-rounded is probably talking about the nose. It says add a splash of water to release the flavors, or with a handful of wasabi peas, and we're not getting all that. Let's do one more on the palate. And I'm not using my microphone. I'm looking at it. It's not plugged in. It's not plugged in. Well, I hope the volume and the audio. I know when I don't use my microphone, I use just a phone to record this. The microphones that get you, they're a little not as soft. They're a little harsh, but I hope the audio is coming out okay, because I can't redo this video because we've already ripped it. We've already poured it. Well, the show must go on. Let's go ahead and get that finished. It's got some pretty nice, it's got some nice viscosity. It doesn't translate that well into the mouthfeel, but this isn't off the rip. Once we get about halfway, we're going to come back and we're going to take a second look at this and see if time and space makes it any better. Finish is moderate. Finish is pretty moderate. There's not a whole lot going on. It is kind of, like it says, well balanced and well-rounded. And yeah, I'd say that's about true. Everything is sort of equalescent. It's kind of all over. It's never, not one place more than the other. Now I'm starting to get that heat building up on the back of the mouth, above the esophagus. So that's there now. It's kind of mild of a finish, but it's kind of a mild but bold. Not too bold, but definitely. Well, that's interesting. So I'm very interested in seeing how this next part's going to go. And I invite you to come back and join me as we do the full review on this video, on this bottle. I again want to say that I have been looking for this. I'm looking forward to this Highland Park 12 for many months. But as always, like I said in the beginning, it's always over $60, well over $60. And I still have my price ceiling point penned at 60. But I'm thinking that's probably going to move it up to 70 because there are a lot in the $60 to $70 range. So let me know what you think in the comments about Highland Park 12. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. You have a good one.